Hello, my most amazing art students. Today we're going to get started on our very own versions of the Peaceable Kingdom. And I've been having some troubles with people just kind of drawing what I draw. So I'm not going to do animals for you. I might show you how to draw a lion, but here's a student that left theirs behind. An alligator with a bird, and then there's some other animals here. And then here's another one that I have. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with a piece of paper. Ours version is going to be smaller because I know you guys probably don't have the larger sheets of paper like I have here at school. So what you're going to need is a ruler and a pencil, and we're going to create that border by lining up the ruler with the edge of the paper, holding it with our two fingers, and then drawing a line straight down. We're going to do that on all four sides of the paper. I like to do it on my left side because I am right-handed, so I like to line it up on the left side. Go all the way around, making sure that your border is the width of the ruler. We're not going to have a whole lot of space because of making this border, but we're kind of copying Edward Hicks and how he did his artworks because he was a sign maker. Okay, so he worked a lot with a lot of his paintings had a border with words around the edges. So the first thing that we're going to do is draw a line all the way across a horizon line. Lightly. Draw it lightly. Draw it light till you get it right. All the way across. And you guys can choose to have it like that, or let me see if I can turn down so you can see that line better. Then, in most of his versions, he did have mountains and water in them, or hillsides on either side. So I'm just going to draw. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do, it's kind of tricky, is that ravine that he has, that hole or channel, arroyo that he has. I'm going to draw that by, and you guys can, this is so tricky. I just want you guys to know, for a lot of third graders, every time when I teach this, so I'm going to come out and then go back in. And then the reason I say that this is tricky is because you have to make vertical lines. So on this side of the piece of land, you know how we have the animals on this side and maybe some Native Americans with William Penn on this side, we're just going to be doing animals. But I'm going to have them come very close to one another, come down, and then back out to this edge. Now, the reason I say that this is tricky is because the line that comes from the edge needs to be vertical. Now, vertical, straight up and down. If you slant, if you make this line crooked at all instead of straight up and down like that, then it will not look right, okay? I'm going to follow this line here along the bottom. Let's see. Where is my eraser? That's not going to make sense. There it is. Okay. So it has to be narrower, it can't touch there. It has to go alongside that. So there we go. And then this line on this edge has to go vertically. Now, I'm going to show you on my version right here, this vertical line here, and then every line that I made in here, in the cracks in the side of the ravine, these are vertical lines, vertical, okay? If you make this line crooked, it will look odd. So this has to go perpendicular, vertical to that line. So I'm going to create more vertical, straight up and down lines. You can even have your land be not as perfect and, you know, not as straight. Maybe it has kind of a bigger crack right there. And then this one here, and make some vertical lines here. Okay? So this is the edge, your cliff edge here, and then here's your other cliff edge. So these lines have to be vertical. And then your water, maybe there's a boulder blocking the water from getting in here, you know. You never know what's going on there. So now, that being said, I'm going to draw a tree that comes up from over here, and we're going to erase the horizon line in the middle of the tree so it doesn't show up anymore. So this tree has the trunk, comes up, and I've talked with you guys about this before, but Y trees that come out in a Y, and then what comes off of that can be a Y as well. And notice that I'm just drawing very lightly, and then on the tops of those Ys can be your leaves. I'm just going to sketch in some simple kind of poofy shapes. And notice I'm staying within the borders of my that I've drawn here. Okay, so when I color it, I might do darker in the front, lighter in the back. You know, it's up to you guys how you color that. So making sure to erase that line in the middle once I have the tree how I want it. You know, maybe the root comes off there, and then there's a root that's coming out in the front a little bit. You know, I love trees because they're such a natural thing. They don't have these like straight, strict lines, you know, and they get covered up by leaves. They're really fun to draw. Okay, and I'm actually going to make the back of the tree come lower, just more full. Okay, so that's my tree. It's got a Y here, a little Y right there. It's got nice branches, and then it comes and it's rooted here. If you want to, you can draw a boulder, you know. Again, a rock is a natural organic form that has like facets and faces on it. So however you guys want to draw that, you can. I just like to create different faces so that when I color it, I have different areas to color. On this side, I didn't draw my mountains yet because I was drawing my trees. I'm going to draw a tree coming off the side over here. So I'm going to draw the trunk right alongside and then start to Y. I'm going to erase my horizon line. And that's a little bit wide for me right there. And then Y it off there. And then at the top here, I'm going to have it Y. And then I'm going to just create that. Maybe this is a different style of tree. But so those are my two trees. They kind of frame my drawing. Now, you can draw a lion, a lamb, a bear, a wolf, any number of those animals that Edward Hicks used in his paintings from that scripture, those scriptures in Isaiah. But we're going to get our mountains in the background here, and that I'm just going to draw a mountain line coming down here, and then another one coming up here, maybe a little lower. So now we have these two mountains just by coming off of our framed. We come down, and then this one has a little peak up here. Notice I'm not drawing mountains like this because mountains don't really exist like that. They have more of a natural top. Sometimes they're quite jagged at the top, but we want to try to get more of a natural look for our mountains. Okay, so drawing of a lion. I told you guys I would go over that with you. If you guys want to draw a lion, you can. I'll quickly show you two different ways. One way you can do it is by drawing a U shape here, and then creating a mane, a big giant mane around this lion here all the way, because that mane comes under their chin, and then possibly their body is coming off here. Another leg here, and then we have this hind leg that sits here with his paw, his claws, and then he's got this. Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot lions' tails have the little thing at the end there. So that's one way that you can draw a lion. I didn't draw his face in, you know. Sorry, guys. I can do that for you, though, if you want to. They have the almond-shaped eyes. And he has cat's eyes, right? So you get these. And can come down and do smiley face there. So that's one. And then another way that's very similar, or you could do a bear. There's a lot of bears, but that, you know, just do a pointed face for your bear, and then come up to the back side. Bears have those little tails like this. Got an ear on this side and an ear over here. Maybe that eye is a little bit too close to the ear. Got your other eye on the other side. It's got the big nose. All my animals are smiling, right? Because it's the Peaceable Kingdom. This foot would be behind that foot. I'm just sketching these out really quickly for you, but same thing with these hind feet. Maybe that's a little bit thicker. So there you go. Just a quick, you know, you draw your animals how you want to draw them, and add the details as you go. But I want you to draw at least 2 animals, if not 3 or 4. I thought it was really cute. One time the students asked me to draw a little mouse in there living peaceably with these animals. So sheep, wolves. I'll post a picture of one of his Peaceable Kingdoms so that you can do that. But I want your animals, you know, on the land formations that you have drawn here. And then you can even draw, if you want to, like I had in the one, a boat here, a little sailboat. Not necessarily like the great ships that Edward Hicks had in his... So, that's up to you guys, how you want to portray that image. But this is, you know, just draw your background piece, and then next week we'll get to coloring it. I used colored pencils on mine. Crayon is a good one. And we're going to paint our frames. Or you can color them with gold as well. Okay? Have a great day, guys. Thanks for joining me.